Yeah, I still don't have a theme song. You thought I'd have one by now. Well, I forgot, and I'm doing this instead. Welcome to the episode. Hi, everyone. Still no theme song, but who gives a shit anymore? You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's get into it in three, two, a motherfucking one, bitch.
Oh my god, you guys. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. It already happened, so happy post Thanksgiving. I love holidays other than Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I don't give a shit about Thanksgiving. And do we agree? I don't care about Thanksgiving. I think it is such a flyover holiday. Thanksgiving is the Evansville, Indiana of holidays. And I know that to be true. And I'm going to say that till the day I die. The food is fine. Usually I'm just kind of like, who gives a shit though? But I am doing Friendsgiving this weekend with the besties. You know this to be true. Last year, Mason made delicious, scrumptious, scrumdiddlyumptious, delicious sweet potatoes. So good. Alex did like roasted vegetables, and there's ham, and Eden brings stuffing. And this year, since we now have a partner, Hanson will be bringing cookies and apple cider sangria, and I will be bringing a good attitude. I cannot cook. I know how to follow instructions. I just like don't care to get a dish messy. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll clean up. Like I will bring like little snackies while people are getting everything together and ready, but I don't want to cook, and I don't want to bring anything other than like a positive outlook on life and a thankful attitude for my friends. Do you know what I'm saying? Guys, welcome to Sriracha's sleepover. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Sriracha. This is my beanbag. And this is my sleepover, and I'm so happy that you're here. It was just Thanksgiving, and I'm sorry that this episode is late. Not through any fault of my own. My laptop and my microphone decided to, what's the word? Hold hands and jump off a bridge together. They said, no, actually, you know what? We don't want to work anymore, and we hate that you would even suggest that we record something for you. But Hanson, being the lovely, beautiful individual that he is, he was like, I'll bring over my microphone. So that's why I'm holding this. Hello. I like holding it on the stand. It makes me feel very like Caesar Flickerman. I know that he doesn't have a microphone, I don't know, but that's what it makes me think of. Yeah, so he was very generous, and he gave it to me, and I was like, that's a really big thing to give someone. Do you care if I bedazzle it? He said, it's yours, you can do whatever you want. So now we have this microphone. I wish my old microphone could get it together, but I just don't think it will. And is this entertaining for anyone? No. Do you want to hear me talk about it? No. But I am. Because believe it or not, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, Hanson used to be an influencer. And I say used to be, he still is in my heart because he influences me every fucking day, okay? He got me on to this incredible moisturizer and this incredible cleanser. So he is quite literally influencing me. And that just means he has products that he lets me use, and they're really good. And isn't that what being an influencer is all about anyway? He got me into Cosmic Crisp apples. Need I say more? He's my favorite fucking influencer. He brightens my day. He makes me smile. We had breakfast this morning, and he makes this concoction, which I don't even know how to truly explain it to you, how bizarre it is. He does yogurt and cereal and maple syrup and frozen fruit and whipped cream. It's very much just like, do you guys know Eddie's like $1 Million Cook-Off or whatever the fuck it's called? It's like when he's making a concoction that you're just like, what the fuck is that? And he loves it. And he eats it every morning. It's his safe food, and who am I to make fun of him? It tastes fine, but it looks like absolute slop. And he loves that slop. He loves that slop. Okay, anyway, the other night we saw Hamlet, and wouldn't you know it, I love Shakespeare. I only know about 4 or 5 plays, like pretty well. But I love it so much. My favorite thing in the world is Romeo and Juliet, which if you've watched me for a little bit now, you might know that. I love Romeo and Juliet. I've been in Romeo and Juliet like 3 times. It's like truly so great. But we saw Hamlet, which is about William Shakespeare and his dead baby boy, which is so sad. And it was good, but this my favorite thing is is we leave and I was like, oh, what do you think about that? And Hanson's like, I don't know what they were saying. He's like, it's just like it's just too much. Like they're speaking all fancy, and he's so right when he says that. The language is heightened because it's Shakespearean. He was like, what the fuck? What's Hamlet about? And I was like, well, there's like a ghost. And he's like, yeah, I got that. And I'm like, okay. And then there's like a son. And he's like, yeah, I got that. I'm like, well, what do you got? A clue? Apparently not. But it was fine. But we did see, what the fuck is it called? Rental Family with Brendan Fraser. Dude, when I tell you that movie had me sobbing, like hands and knees, like it took everything in me not to make a peep in the theater. But the second the lights came up and the credits were rolling, I went it was so fucking wholesome and sweet. And just like seeing Brendan Fraser on screen, I'm automatically like at a level. And then when something sad or sweet or wholesome happens in the movie, I'm like he's just such a good actor, and like so good at being raw and real, and like having a really like kind point of view that I just like, I love that about him. I think he's so cute and sweet, and he's a really good fucking actor. Anyway, that movie is basically about, he's an actor, but he can't really like make it work in the States, so he goes to, where the hell does he go? I forget. He like goes across the world, basically. I think to Japan. Oh, I'll have to double check. But basically he like goes, he gets this like commercial, and it like blows him up, but then he's like a really struggling working actor, and he like can't make it work. And so he's like, what the fuck do I do? He gets called by these people to be like, to pretend to be a funeral goer. He has to pretend to be like an American funeral goer. But the funeral isn't real. Like the guy who's at the funeral, like whose funeral it is, he's not really dead. And he's like, what the fuck is going on? And then he finds out that this company basically like stages things to make them look like they're real, because people don't really know how to like cope with their emotions and stuff, and they just need someone to like pretend to be like their husband, or pretend to be like their dad or something like that. So then he gets this really like amazing role. He has to pretend to like be marrying this girl, and he's like, are you sure, like you're like a lot younger than me? And she's just like, no, like my family, like this will make my family like really proud of me, and then I can move to, I think, Canada or something after this, like, and then you'll never see me again. He's like, okay. So they like have the whole wedding, the parents think that it's real, blah 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 blah, and then at the end, or not the end of the movie, but at the end of the wedding, they go and they're sitting in a room, and she's sitting with him, and there's a knock on the door, and it's the woman that he got fake married to. She actually is a lesbian, and she can't get married to her wife for real. So she like pretends to get married to Brendan Fraser's character to like appease her parents, but then she can finally be with the woman that she loves, and they can move to Canada together. And you're like, oh fuck. Keep in mind, that's like the first maybe 10, 15 to 20 minutes of the movie. Like it happens quick. And I was like, oh my God. And then he basically like continues working for these people. And he like pretends to be this girl's father. Like this little girl has never met her father. And the mom hires him to be like, can you pretend to be her dad? Because we really want to get her into this school. And basically, like, we need you for the interview process. So for like weeks, he pretends to be this girl's dad, which sounds fucked up, and it is. But they like develop a really beautiful bond. He also was like pretending to be like a reporter for this like older man who's like an actor and like in the entertainment industry, who's like kind of losing like his mind a little bit. And he like becomes a friend for him and like takes him back to his childhood home. And it is like such a heartbreaking and wonderful and beautiful film. Like, it's so rare that I will watch a movie that is just like that I leave the theater and I'm like, oh, I feel fucking hopeful. Like I'm leaving this theater and I'm like, that was so beautiful and so sweet. I won't like give major spoilers or anything. I don't really think I did except for that first part. But that happens so early on, so whatever. Who cares? What, you're mad at the LGBTQ? It's just such a good movie, and I highly recommend that you go watch it. And then we have to get into it, guys. Wicked for good. Because I knew you. I saw a mediocre movie. Listen, I loved the first Wicked, right? Loved the first Wicked. You really like, you love these characters. You love the costuming. It looks beautiful. Like bleep, blop, bloop, bloop, bloop. And I was talking to Eden, who loves Wicked, like the Broadway play, musical. She loves it. Like growing up, she listened to it all the time. Like it's very important to her. And she, when we saw it together, it was me, Alex, Eden, Mason, and Diego. Diego is Mason's boyfriend, who's lovely and sweet and so wonderful. Anyway, we go and we see Wicked for good, and she's sobbing, right? And I don't think she was sobbing at the fact the movie was so good. I think she was just like, oh my God, like I have so much nostalgia for these songs and the story, and now I'm seeing it on the big screen, which like props to ya mama. And you know what? Thank you. Thank you for spilling. So we had like a brief conversation about it, and I was just like, Wicked for good, the second half is a lot weaker than the first half. And she was like, that's the main problem with the Broadway show. She's like, people had issue with the second half of the Broadway show, and that's why it lost the Tony. And I was like, oh my God, right to Avenue Q. Imagine Wicked losing a Tony to Avenue Q. Couldn't be me. I could not be that. Basically, Wicked for good is not amazing. I also think that the added songs were not necessary. Major spoilers if you haven't seen it, but like, who gives a shit? You've probably seen so much shit about it. Basically, there's 2 added songs. Elphaba has an added song where it's all about like, this is our home, like we don't want to leave here, which like I kind of understand in the context, but I really don't think a song was necessary because it didn't push the story forward at all. It didn't push this like it just didn't. It like was so unnecessary. It could have been served with just like a few lines of dialogue or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Just like did not need to happen. And what pisses me off is that these original songs are so fucking good, right? You're like, oh my God, I love these songs. These new songs, these Greatest Showman ass new songs in Wicked for Good, they need to wrap it up. Why do all modern musicals, I know that this is an old musical, but these added songs to this musical, why do they all sound like that? Why am I listening to "This is the greatest show" in every fucking musical? I'm done. You need to stop making music like that, right? Just cut it. And then we have Ariana Grande's character, who also Glinda. Glinda gets a song, completely unnecessary, does not move the plot along. Also, we already know. So her song is called like "The Girl in the Bubble" or whatever, right? And like she sounds beautiful in it, right? Because she's a great singer and she's acting her face off and she's doing a great job. We don't need that song because we already know what Glinda's feeling. We already know that she feels like a fake and a phony and a fraud, but like she can't escape what she's already done because she's comfortable and she's just not that girl, right? I'm not that girl, right? She's just not. But instead we get a 3-minute song, a Greatest Showman ass song that we don't need, that does not push the plot along at all. And I'm like, if we needed this, just give us a couple lines of dialogue, perfect. But instead, we don't delve deeper into any of the other relationships, right? We don't get Fiyero, we don't get Bach, we don't get some Rose. We don't get some Renesmee stuff. We just don't get any of that. Instead, we get 2 songs that like are sang beautifully, yes, but are so not needed for the plot. And if you love those songs, great. I'm happy that you like them. It's just like we're already in the theater for so long anyway. Why not explore something we haven't explored, right? Ethan Slater in this movie absolutely devours. He demolishes. He eats the house down boots. Yes, God. His acting is so phenomenal in this film, and he makes you so scared in the best way. Because in the first movie, it's like, I'm Bach, right? My name is Bach, and I'm a fucking loser. And in this movie, you're like, okay, Bach, because spoiler alert, he gets changed into the Tin Man, which is actually horrifying, right? The spell is done. So Nessa does the spell. She fucks it up. Also, I fucking hate that character, but whatever. Not mad at the actress. Just don't like that character. Okay, cool. Let's copy that. So Nessa fucks up this spell, right? Towards Bach. Bach starts, being like, what the fuck, my heart? I'm dying. Elphaba is like, I'm gonna save you. She does a spell to like help him, right? But the spell, it changes him into the Tin Man, which like keeps him alive, but now he's the Tin Man. This man is no longer human, and it's a horrifying transformation that we don't see, but we hear. So scary. He stumbles out, right, and he looks like the Tin Man. When we were in the theater, some people were like, no, shut up. Shut up. If you were going to a midnight showing of Wicked, I think you kind of like know what's going on, right? Like you kind of have an inkling that like these aren't Easter eggs, right? Like you know the plot, like you know what's going to happen. And laughing at him was just so like, fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. He's made of tin. He has no heart. It's made of steam. Like let him live. Anyway, his acting from that point on, so fucking good. He eats it up. You make him fearful. He is angry. He is vicious. He is so fucking good. We have Jonathan Bailey, the hottest, sexiest, most delicious man of the year, and of our lifetime. Let's be so fucking clear on that. He eats down. I also love that they did not make him CGI'd Scarecrow. They like use practical effects on him. They make like his skin look burlap, and like he has like wheat and straw, and he just looks like, I just really appreciate that they did that, because you can still be like, oh, that's like almost a human, like he's almost a human being, but he's not. Yeah, he just looks so good. I would love to have explored more of him. And yeah, just like getting to know him more, maybe give him some more lines, some more scenes, I guess. I don't know. Cynthia Erivo obviously eats down with the vocals. She, No Good Deed is so good. And then their sexy time scene, really, really great. She eats down in that cardigan also. She looks so cute and cozy in that cardigan. And I just love that for her. We already know what I'm going to say about Michelle Yeoh. Incredible actress. Completely wrong for this part. She cannot sing, and that is not a moral failing that you cannot sing. But this character, like, you need to be fearful of her. You need to be, like, just so, like, she is a powerful person in Oz, and watching it, you're just like, I don't sense this power. I don't sense, I just think she was so miscast. Does that mean she's a bad actress? No, she kills in literally everything else I've seen her in. This is just not her thing. And it really is a disservice to the story and to the movie as a whole. Yes, she looks beautiful. Yes, her costumes are amazing. Costuming, they killed, which we already know. Costuming, everyone looks so good in these outfits. Like, just so stunning. But really, really upsetting. Just overall kind of disappointing. I thought when they sang For Good, it was fine. Which, when I hear For Good, I want to be sobbing. Like, I want to be, like, so, like, inconsolable, right? And it was fine. They sounded beautiful. The part that I did cry at, major spoiler alert, spoiler. After that, and Elphaba goes to, like, shove Glinda into the closet, wonk wonk, before, she melts, before the melting. they look at each other and they're like, I love you too. That broke me, because that was probably the first time in the entire movie where I was like, oh, I am feeling major connection with these characters, and it's not taking me out of the movie. It's putting me right back in. Like, the whole time, I'm like, I'm a fan of this musical, right? Like, I'm a fan of these songs, of this story, of these characters. And the whole time, I'm like trying to like to be in it. I'm just trying to be like, yes, yes, yes. Like, this is great. I love what's happening. It was so hard the whole fucking time. But that scene, that brief little moment between them, that fucking broke me, because I was like, this is a love story, and these two characters cannot be together. And that is heartbreaking. That is heartbreaking. Which was really, really good. Also, for any comment where they're like, why didn't we see Dorothy? Why didn't we see the face of Dorothy? One, not at all relevant to this story. We've seen The Wizard of Oz. we know Dorothy's thing. That is not relevant to this story that's being told here about these two women. Yeah, not relevant at all. Yeah, so overall, I just kind of think like Ethan Slater was the best part. Ethan Slater was really, really great. Also, love how silly and goofy Jeff Goldblum is. He also is hot, and will continue to be hot until the day that he dies. And I know that to be true for a fact. Thank you very much. Oh my God. Okay, another thing that Hanson and I watched. We watched All Her Fault with Sarah Snook and Dakota Fanning. I am not a television person. If you were like, let's start a show together, I'm like, I think I'd rather jump off a fucking bridge. I do not want to start a television show. So when I do watch a television show, you are asking a lot of me, right? You know, you know that you're not getting me at my best, but you know that you're getting me when I'm just trying so hard. Anyway, I love Sarah Snook. I loved Succession. Talk about a TV show that you got to get into, but it's so easy because it's so fucking good. Sarah Snook is so good in Succession. And so it's like, okay, I already know that I like her. I like Dakota Fanning. I also know that one guy from Insecure who is in it. There's a couple other people. Everyone is acting their faces off, right? So the premise of All Her Fault is Sarah Snook's character. She goes to a house and she's like, hi, I'm here to pick up my son from the play date. And there's an old woman, an old decrepit woman. No, she's not even that old. She comes to the door and she's like, hey, so sorry, no kids are here. So sorry, diva. Never seen a child in my life. And Sarah Snook is like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I got a text message from the mom who my kid is having a play date with that I should come and pick them up here. She's like, sorry, diva. There's never been a woman here. And there's never been a child here. Good fucking luck. And then Sarah Snook is like, oh my God. Basically, the child goes missing. And it's sad and scary. And you follow her and her husband. They're rich people. They are rich, wealthy divas. And they're like, our son, we got to find our son. It's very much just like, I'm a boy mom, you know, but like taking it seriously. The acting is so fucking good. It's a big, say it with me now, who done it? Who did done it, right? No one knows when you're watching the show who done did it. And it takes about 8 episodes for us to find out, now who did done do it, right? I'm waiting to figure out who has done did it. And I won't spoil it, but someone done did it. It's great. It's really great at keeping you on your toes. It's really great at you being like, who done it? Hanson and I had such a good time watching it. The acting is phenomenal. I can't obviously get too much into it of like who done what and who did done it, but someone did do it. And you know what else they done did? It. They done did it. And I would watch again. I was thoroughly entertained. Oh my God. Okay, so you guys, I did a stand-up performance last week at Stamptown. Now, for those of you that have never seen Stamptown, it is so insane. It is like modern vaudevillian clown-like, you know, circus acts and stand-up and like silly, goofy, not just kind of like all over the place. I got asked to do the show which was also simultaneously on Alex's birthday. So Alex and I were like, okay, we're doing the show, but we're also going to Universal Studios. So at the beginning of the day, I went to Universal Studios and hung out with Alex for her birthday, which was so much fun. And then I did Stamptown that night. Zach, the guy who runs the show, who's also like kind of the host and he does stand up and comedy or whatever, was so nice. I like met everyone on the show that day, and they were all so lovely and sweet. And I get stage fright so bad. Or my nervous energy is sometimes all encompassing, and sometimes I can really manage it. I'm like, okay, I know that I'm nervous, but then like maybe 10 or 5 minutes, before I go on, I'm like, okay, who gives a shit? But for some reason at that show, I just like backstage could not get myself to calm down. Like I could not get my body to just go like, hey, it's fucking fine. And I think it's because I just like, the crowd was so good. They were so responsive and fun and laughing and having a great time. And my OCD brain went, well, the second you get out there, they're going to shut up. They're never going to laugh. They're never going to laugh at you, diva. Sorry. And I just don't know. Like I've dealt with that for forever, and sometimes it's manageable and sometimes it's not. But I did it scared, and I continue to do shit that I am fucking scared of. And hopefully I can continue to do stuff that I'm scared at, because it actually went so well. I think I did maybe 10 minutes. Yeah, probably like 10 minutes, because, I did a little crowd work, barely did crowd work. I don't have a video of it. I think that they did film it, but I don't have access to that. And maybe it's probably for the best that I don't have access to it and watch it and nitpick every single thing that I do. But I got up there and it was so much fun. And keep in mind, I did this, last week? The last time that I had done stand-up was like 5 months ago. So I'm like kind of rusty. And with live performance, it's very much like a muscle that you have to like train and work out. And, I hadn't been doing that. I've just mostly been doing online stuff for a hot minute, and hadn't been doing live performance stuff for a while. And then I would do improv stuff here and there too, but that's just like once in a blue moon. So it's very much like I am out of practice. But I did it scared, and Hanson was there, and his friend Ollie, Bennett, and Sarah were also there. So they were there supporting me, which was really nice, just to know like, people that I know are there. And then also there's some people who watched me that were there who were really nice, and I got to meet someone, which was really, really cool. I love getting to meet you guys in public. You guys are all really cool, except for that one guy, which we don't talk about. But I didn't meet him in public. He just called me on the phone at my work. Anyway, yeah, which makes me so excited because, guys, I am going on tour. My tour is called Sriracha Circus, and I literally cannot wait to perform it for you guys. My first show, technically only show at the moment, is January 27th in Santa Monica. All of the information I will have down below. Tickets are on sale. And I'm so excited because, guys, literally like 1,000+ of you, even more now, have requested me to come to your city. I would love to go to as many places as I can. But yeah, we have to schedule those after the initial first show. But yeah, the first show is January 27th, and it's going to be all kinds of stuff. It's going to be stand-up and characters and funny stuff, and I'm going to have like a nice little meet and greet so I can meet you guys, which I literally can't wait. Yeah, performing is truly everything to me. Obviously I've been doing theater since I was in like 7th grade, dude. Like I love doing it, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm still in the process of writing it too, so there's going to be like extra fun stuff that I don't even know what it is yet, which neither do you, because you have no fucking clue, and neither do I. But I will. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And Stamptown was great because it was just like, okay, like I know that I can get up there and do it. And one of the comics backstage after I was done, she was like, great job. And I was like, thank you. Like I was so nervy-worvy. And she was like, well, it's important to do it scared. And so thank you to her, because that that was really nice, and I needed to hear that. So as we approach December and we get into Christmas time is here, happiness and cheer. Each pod, I'm going to give a scary story that my father did during Christmas time. And today, scary dad story number 1. Let's get into it. So my dad, highly religious, right? He was a pastor. We grew up incredibly religious. Very scary home. And isn't it weird that if you go to church and you act one way, but you come home and you beat your kids? Isn't that fucking crazy when people do that? So that was my dad, right? And we would have Bible study till like 2 a.m, you know, like just crazy, stupid, dumb shit. And he wasn't a pastor while I was like a kid who could, you know, make thoughts and speak. That was when I was a baby, but we still were very like, you know, went to church and everything. And even as a kid, I was very much just like, is everyone kind of in on this big joke? Like, we know that this isn't fucking real, but we're all just kind of like doing it because we need something to do on Sunday, right? No, people take that shit for real. People are taking religion very seriously. Christianity, very real for these people. Slay for you if that's what you like, but not for me, diva. So my dad, we were not allowed to have like Santa themed things in the house because Santa was much like Satan, right? He was very much like taking away the true meaning of Christmas, right? Which was a baby was born. And then these 3 guys saw a star and they were like, look up at this star. We should like follow that shit. And then they found a baby, right? And then the mom and dad were like, we can't, all of the Holiday Inns are fucking closed. So we got to go to this fucking barn, right? And then who's, you know, anyway. And then Jesus was born. Okay, cool. Well, my dad, we could obviously listen to Christmas music, some of it, but he took it upon himself to do much like Weird Al Yankovic, where he would parody Christmas songs but make them Jesus themed. So my favorite song that he wrote, and when I say favorite, I don't mean it for real. I mean like what the fuck was going on. He wrote this song called off of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, right? You know Mary and Joseph. You know Mary and Joseph and all of the wise men. And then it ended with, but do you recall the most famous savior of all? Jesus, the little savior, had a very shiny star. Yes, it did now. And when the wise men saw it, they said, whoa, that's far. And I know that I ate that down, right? But what I wasn't expecting is my dad to say, when you go into first grade, when you go into your first grade class during Christmas time, I need you to sing this song for them. And I was like, I don't want to sing the song for them. And he was like, no, you're going to sing that song for them. So me in first grade, terrible stage fright, by the way, especially singing. Yeah, no. He made me get up in front of my first grade class and sing that during Christmas time. What the fuck? How embarrassing, right? Jesus, the little savior, yeah, had a very shiny star, yes he did. So stupid. Why the fuck did he make me do that? And then my other favorite thing is we did have an angel on top of the tree some years. I remember we had a star at one point, but my favorite one that we had, like tree topper that we had, my dad, after my parents' divorce, he was trying really hard to like still believe in God, but like hated God's guts because how could God let a woman divorce him, right? A woman who's the breadwinner of the family. How could she divorce him, a deadbeat loser? That's not very godly of her. But we put up a Christmas tree one year, and instead of having an angel or a star, we had a nail, like a long nail with a ribbon attached to it. Put it at the top of the tree. Can't see it, obviously, right? And why did we do that? Well, that was so we could symbolize the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. Yeah. Happy motherfucking holidays, bitch. Anyway, Christmas is so bizarre. I think I'm going to be in LA for Christmas. I don't really have enough time off of the candle shop to go and visit family, which sucks. And I don't really have enough time to go to New Hampshire, which is where Hanson's family is, which would be nice, but I don't think I'll have time. So I might just be me and Hanson here, maybe some friends. But that's lovely. And Christmas and the holidays are all about, I don't know, trying not to cry. Christmas is so melancholy. It's so sad. It's like, yes, like I love that, like there's presents and like good food and songs, but it's also just like, we made it to the end of another year and we didn't die, but some of us did and we are sad about it. Like, it's so like, okay, and it's cold and it gets dark at 3 p.m. and do you have depression and do you want to jump off a fucking bridge? Maybe, very that tea. That's what Christmas gives me. Like, it's fun, but it's also so incredibly sad. It's very much the same vibe I get when it's my birthday. I'm like, oh my God, all of my friends are here. This is so amazing. And then I go, oh my God, I'm going to die in mortality and all of you are going to die and I'm never going to be this happy ever again, right? So I'm trying to focus on being present and in the moment. And fun fact, my birthday, January 7th, not January 6th. I just need you to know how pissed I was when January 6th happened for several reasons. But I remember being at work at the coffee shop and dead ass, out loud, I went, my birthday's tomorrow. The insurrection. Guys, my fucking birthday's tomorrow. Okay, and it's my mom's birthday. Okay. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for coming along with me for another glorious episode. I'm sorry that this is coming out so late, and I had to re-record and all of this stuff, but I love you so much. I love you so much. And on a real, very serious note, I am so, so unbelievably thankful and grateful for all of you who watch my videos, who comment and say nice things, who come up to me in public and talk to me about, how me and my videos connect with you and blah, blah, blah. Like, it really, I'm not joking, means the absolute fucking world to me. I'm very grateful that you guys are my audience and that we're gonna have Christmas together and we'll ring in the new year together and then I'll see you on tour, which is crazy. I'm so very grateful for all of you and you mean more to me than you know. Okay, I'll stop being sappy, but before I go, you're the butter to my bread, the breath to my life, and I love you, darling girl. Mwah! Bye!